Okay, how to get a 100% return from every paycheck. Now this is going to be a good one, but before I get into it, remember to subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a video, and give this video a thumbs up. All right, let's get into this one. How to get a 100% return with every paycheck. There's a little thing that a lot of people have at their employer, a 401k. And many companies give a company match on a percentage of that income. And there are folks who are not taking advantage of that. Let's think about this. With a company match, that is a 100% return on whatever percentage of your income that the company gives you for that company match. That's a dollar per dollar return. In other words, if you put in $1, the company puts in $1, a 100% return. What I think about when I think about this are credit cards. Credit card companies are charging around 20% interest or more on your credit cards if you don't pay off that balance in full monthly. They're getting 20%, and that is insane in the way that, at least I think about it. I feel like everybody should think about it this way. You are just getting, really, they're taking so much from you with that 20% interest on credit cards. And yet, you think about that, how high 20% interest is that the credit card companies are getting. That's why they're able, these banks that have credit cards are able to take in so much income because they're charging that 20% interest. And that's an absolutely crazy amount of interest. Yet, your employer, rather than taking that 20% away from you like the credit cards are, they're giving you a 100% return on your money through the company match. And so the company match is so powerful. I was reading a statistic. This statistic that 25% of folks fail to take advantage of the company match. I have a bench here. I'm actually I filmed some videos here at this little walkway that's around this lake that's next to the water treatment plant at the Harlingen Library. And there's a bench here. So I'm going to take a little seat here to talk to you a little bit further. So 25% of folks who have the ability to participate in a company match with a 401k fail to do that. That's crazy. Free money, a 100% return, 25% fail to take advantage of that, or 1 in 4. You go further, it's about those earning $40,000 a year or under, it's like 42% that fail to take advantage of the company match, okay? Now, when you go up to $100,000 a year or more that someone is earning, it's only 10% that fail to take advantage of the company match. So you look at that, those who are earning less, who need to take advantage of this maybe even more, there's less taking advantage of it. And then you have those earning $100,000 or more where maybe they're in a better position to retire with dignity. There are more of those. Only 10% or less fail to take advantage. So both of these are alarming statistics. You want to take advantage of that company match, a 100% return on your money. Now we kind of need to go into the math. How does all of this work? And I want to just tell you in the beginning to be a little careful that if you don't understand all of the technical pieces of how the sausage is made, so to speak, don't let that be a deterrent of you getting involved. Just make sure that you become a part of taking advantage of that company match, go ahead and see your human resource department, your secretary, or whoever can help you to go ahead and get enrolled in your 401k and to take advantage of the company match. But let's get into the numbers here. And I'm going to keep this math simple for me, okay? Now, many employers will have a percentage that they actually match of your total income. Somewhere between 3 and 6% from my research is where many employers fall as far as giving you a match on your money that you put in. So you look at your income, it's somewhere between that 3 and 6%. But I'm going to use the number 2.5. One, to show you the power of this, as well as to keep the math simple for me, okay? And we're going to use the example of being hourly. Let's say that you're paid hourly, okay? And you're making $15 an hour. Now I use that 15 number because my research led me to see that here in Texas, the minimum or the average hourly pay is somewhere between $15 an hour and $40 an hour, okay? So somewhere in there. So we'll take the very, very low end of that number. And so let's say that you're earning $15 an hour. And let's say that the company matches you 2.5% of your income is matched, okay? And you work 40 hours a week because that's full-time employment. Well, if you work 40 hours a week and 2.5% of your pay comes out, and the company will match up to 2.5% of your pay, and again, you work 40 hours, 40 times 2.5% equals 1, okay? So again, you're working 40 hours a week, making $15 an hour. That means that 1 hour of your pay will actually come out of your paycheck, and then the company will match it. And again, we were saying that you make $15 an hour. Well, look at that. That means that each paycheck, $15 will come out, or 1 hour of pay will come out of your check, and then the company will match it. They will match you with an additional $15. So rather than just taking $15 and putting that towards your 401k, in something like what I always recommend within your 401k is to utilize something like an S&P 500 fund. So let's say that you do that. The company takes out that $15 out of your paycheck that you put in, and the company matches it with an additional $15. It's in your 401k, and it's in something like an index fund, an S&P 500 index fund. That means rather than just $15 going in, it's $30 going in. Incredible. So you have $30 going in every single week. Well, let's continue to do that math. You have $30 going in. That's on a monthly basis. There's approximately 4 weeks in a month. So it's $30, $60, $90, $120 every single month. All right? And let's just say that you do that starting at 20 years old and that you retire at age 65. A working career. With that, $120 a month, just basically skipping a pizza meal every single week, you will be a millionaire at retirement. This is incredible. If you did nothing else, if that's all that you did was a company match. In other words, you're making $15 an hour, and let's say that you never got a raise, and all you did was $15 a week going out, less than the cost of a pizza, basically. You would end up a millionaire by age 65, from age 20 to age 65. Incredible, this company match. You don't want to just let it go. Now, in my previous video, I talked about saving that initial $2,000 emergency fund. But I think it is so incredible to get that company match that, for me, at least from my perspective, step 2 is to take advantage of the company match. It is just so incredible. It is so powerful. You do not want to leave that money on the table. I sometimes talk to the young people at work. Many of them are younger than 20 years old, some of them 17 years old. And I just tell them, look, if you don't take advantage of the company match, what you're basically saying to the company is, you know what? You will give me 100% return on my money, but I don't want that. You can just keep it. I'm okay without that. That is not sound financial thinking. You want to take advantage of that company match. It is so powerful. And so I feel like I need to do what I can to make you understand how important it is that you take advantage of it. So make sure that you get in with your human resource department or your secretary if you do have a company match at work. If you have a 401k, don't let it pass you by that 100% return on a portion of your money. And again, if you don't quite get the nuances of this, the math that we went over, just understand that whatever you put in, like we use the example of $15 an hour, you're going to get another 15 to make that $30 an hour rather than just that 15. You're getting a 100% return on your money. And particularly if you're young, it can be extremely powerful because of compounding interest. But even if you're older, let's say that you're 50-something like I am, you still want to take advantage of that company match, because I don't know of anything out there where you're going to get a 100% return on your money. Thanks again for listening on this particular walk. And again, give it that thumbs up of this video if you find this content valuable. Subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so that you can be notified whenever I upload a video. Thanks.